Hey people, welcome back to the Comic Clone Force 99.
How's it going?
What's going on, cousin Ryan? Nephew
Going.
Ryan? I call you cousin Ryan because, I have 4 children and you're cousin Ryan when I refer to them like you in their
Yeah,
company. So like,
right.
yeah, if you were here, of course, they would hear that. So that's why I say that because, and I still even mess up your name with your brothers because it's hilarious. It's just family and that's how it works.
Yeah, 100%.
That's good.
100%. So yeah, guys, we last talked to you. We did Kanan books 1 through 5. So we had some good content on that and good conversations, and we didn't want to rob you of any good content. So we decided to do a part 2 on 6 through 12. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we're excited to get into that, and I think it was a great flowing comic compared to some of the other ones we've done.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
I love it. Like it's hard to take notes on something that's just so good where you're just clicking next and it's just flowing and I think it's the narrative that Caleb Doom slash Kanan Jarrus, depending on where he is. Actually, I feel like Caleb Doom is the voice normally of the narrator versus Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah, I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think you're right. Just because he's always remembering,
Yeah.
or he's always kind of thinking to what he was thinking in that time.
Yeah, and it's really neat. Like, the artwork is distinctive, colorful. It's not as like linear as I want to say our last Thrawn comic was very linear. I felt like this one's very I'll call it like almost cell shaded.
Yeah,
Is the art feel? I get it. I think it's really
yeah,
neat. So yeah, so Star Wars Kanan, I believe there's a Padawan, the Last Padawan, 2017, I think it was, 2015 even. Yeah, and we're gonna
yeah,
jump into comic number 6, and we pick it up and it gives us the scrawl. I'm not gonna sit here and read it to you. But I'm just going to kind of, kick us into some stuff that I saw that was neat as we're just kind of driving through the comic. And, it's neat because I feel like it flows well between the Rebels era time frame and the Caleb Doom stuff. I like that constantly through this comic you get a really nice connection between those pieces of time, so to speak. It's really neat.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and it's neat because I feel like in true Rebels perspective, they do a nice job having like a bunch of characters flowing in and out at all times, and I felt very connected to all of the characters because they do that repetitiously throughout all 12 comics.
Hmm.
It's nice. It gives you like that familiarity with it that I really enjoy.
Yeah, and I think too with all the Rebels characters, they didn't focus like a ton on them, which was actually okay because
Yeah,
we know so much about them from the series that this was more of Kanan's backstory, which we know very little about. We got very bits and pieces, but like this was a very wide lens of what was going on in his
yeah,
life.
yeah. And there's a lot of dialogue because it uses so much I'll call it smaller cells, and then it does like a lot of small stuff stacked up against some bigger stuff. um, and each comic, especially in number 6 here, if you look at it like frame by frame, you end up with a lot of content, and really you're only like 16 pages through it or 14 pages through it, and there's just
Right.
especially when you're dealing with panel, when you're in there like panel by panel, it's just a hot click constantly.
Hmm.
There's just a lot going on. um, I thought it was confusing because here at the end of number 6, when he like fights off all these dudes, all of a sudden he ends up with a knife in his back, and it totally confused me. Like Chopper like freaks out, and he ends up getting a knife in the back, and it's so funny because I didn't realize that then all of a sudden Gamut Key comes and is like chatting to him. Like I got a little bit lost. I was like, wait, so who stabbed him in the back?
Yeah.
I kind of had to read it a couple times because I was like trying to write down the who and the what. And then I was a little confused there.
Yeah, I think some of the confusing is some of these characters look very similar.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
And I appreciate how you put that.
Yeah. Just, you know, I also thought that I was like, wait, who? You know what I mean? Like, what's his name? Janice Casimir.
Yeah.
And then, what'd you say his name was?
Tapusk. Taps?
Yeah.
Is the one that he kills that Kanan Jarrus, Tapusk is the one that gives him the knife in the back. And then Kanan Jarrus happens to be there too. So yeah, there's always like somebody, but they have distinct roles. And so like, you know, there's a difference between them all. And then all of a sudden it kind of throws me off because he's like, you know, hey Hera, I'm on my way back, you know, and he like goes like this and he realizes that he's bleeding, apparently almost fatally.
Oh wait, I was stabbed in the back.
Oh wait,
I'm just now feeling.
I'm stabbed in the back, and I'm suddenly taken into a back to tank. Because if you don't really pay attention, it just kind of sneaks up on you. Because then when you get into the next episode, the next, issue 7, you're like, wait a second, what happened? You know,
who's in the back to tank?
Who's in the back to tank?
Yeah.
I didn't take a note about that, but like, that's how I felt reading it. Because when I'm just kind of flowing and not paying attention to it, all of a sudden I'm like, wait, where'd he get in the back to tank?
Yeah.
Rewind. No, I'm not going to rewind, but, you know. Yeah.
But it's kind of funny that he can still hear in the back of the tank, like, even though he's, quote, knocked out, you know?
It's neat. Like, he's in there for quite a few issues, and like I know I'm giving away a secret at the end. Holy crap! What's that word? A spoiler alert? Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. Spoiler alert. Yeah, he ends up like getting out of the glass, as we learn later, in the coolest of ways, though. So.
Yeah.
Like this right here, when he just kind of goes from so much has happened, I'm back at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Like, it's really good artwork. It's really good storytelling. It moves me. I love it.
Yeah. And back with Yoda, I think that was cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to see who he was training with and all that type of stuff.
Because he referred to in Ezra about his friend Yoda and how he talked about like do or do not, don't just try.
There is no try.
And he said that to Ezra, I think, like early on in like season 3, maybe season 2, when he was teaching Ezra. And, I think it's neat that they included that into this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Something I thought was really interesting was he's like, now I'm not bleeding. What is it? And, the droid gets mad at him. He's like, enough whining. Grow up and get out.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop whining. I'm going. And then he sees this. And I'm like, wait, who's that? Who is that? And I like figure it out. And it's like, how does he know her? Why do I feel like I know her? Why?
Yeah.
Why? It goes nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was going to be something, and then it wasn't.
It's like the most unleft answered question through the whole comic series, really. And I'm like, what was the deal? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. I don't know what the answer was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the artwork.
That seemed to be a little bit, and then she wakes up. And you're like, okay, right there.
Right there.
I'm like, all right. So this is gonna be they have some sort of connection.
Yeah. And then nothing.
Nope.
Zero.
So then she's like, yeah, my mental state is all wacky. And,
Yeah.
you know, you find out she's been in a coma for 6 months. Did it say 6 months? 6 months, yeah.
I think so, yeah. And
it kind of shows her training everyone.
Yeah.
Retraining with the masters. But they're like, you don't feel you're mentally there still.
Right. It's funny because they make her look so young right here.
Yeah.
And she was on the Jedi Council, and it's weird. That's the persona that they cast, that like the artist kind of casts to it, is what I get. And I find like interesting artwork pieces like the what's the word? The ombre to this light source on her outfit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, dude. That's impressive artwork.
Right. Yeah. To have that.
It's neat.
Reflective sun
the
on
lens flare and stuff. It's really neat.
Yeah.
And then this is all one page.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
It's so neat. It's so cool. Anyway.
It is funny to me.
No,
I don't know why, but there's only these 3, quote unquote, like ready for the trials. I guess I didn't really realize the trials all the time, or what they were like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the reason there was only 3 of them is because they were the only ones that had, or were in the middle of their trials or passing their trials. Yeah, the younglings. He says yes. 3 have passed their trials.
Yeah.
You should observe them closely.
Yeah. The Caleb stuff. I wrote down an answer to how did he know her? How did she seem familiar? And I'm gonna propose that the way that this comic works and the way that it tells time isn't as linear as you might think it is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the timeline in this kind of works almost backward. How do I describe that? It almost works. Did you ever see the movie Memento?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your homework for the day, check out the movie Memento someday on whatever streaming service you can. But the way that it worked was the movie was told backwards, chapter by chapter at a time.
Oh, interesting.
So you could also take the movie and reprogram the chapters in the old school DVD days, and you could reorder the way in which you watch the chapters. So instead of chapter 1 through to 2 through, you would watch it from like 18 backwards, from 17 backwards to 16, backwards to 15. And if you watch the movie that way, when you reorganized it, it actually occurred in the proper manner. So you watched the movie and it made sense as the timeline moved. But, the rest of the time, yeah, it was weird. Anyway, I digress.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, though, because it's a flashback, but it's also moving forward through the flashback. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I didn't have a lot notular to kind of make here, other than I thought it was really neat because they're talking about, who's choosing who for a Padawan, and then you get this zoom out and you get Anakin and R2 chilling down the hall at the same time.
Yeah. That was pretty. I didn't even notice that.
Dude, and you know what's neat though?
That's a good catch.
It's because of how I read it. Like, the way they make the panels size, if you look on the screen, it adds to the story when you hit the next panel and you get the rest of the zoom out of that storyline.
Yeah.
Like, it is a compelling addition to storytelling in how they deliver that content through the computer. Or like an iPad, if you read it panel by panel. Like, it's neat.
Yeah, that is cool. Let me see. And then they're talking about how Master Billuba is General Billuba is damaged goods. Isn't that funny that they still use her military term over her, council or master rank?
Yeah, 100%. It's very.
And then she already said, I think this was a mistake that we said in the last. That it was a mistake for us to go by military terms.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And then they mentioned the General Grievous thing, which is neat because, like, it's so foreshadow. Like, this is going to end, obviously, with a Grievous showdown.
Yeah.
Duh. Yeah. Like, you know what you're building up to.
Has to.
Yeah. The relationship, they did a really nice job with the relationships between, Padawan and Jedi Master. Like, she really mentored him to be almost self-sufficient.
Yeah. I agree, even though he's like, I wasn't taught that. You're like, I think you were, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's neat. The ninja warrior, as I call him. Like, I was trying to figure out who this guy was. Like, whoever looked like a ninja ever to you in Star Wars? Anything?
I feel like there was some ninja type characters at one point in Clone Wars, but
Clone Wars in the train episodes, those were some good episodes when Boba Fett was a little kid and Ahsoka was kind of chasing him down.
Yeah.
Dude, those are some good episodes of Clone Wars.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So much has happened. Yeah, he's just got that narrative kind of always running over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Seven was kind of just setting it up, doing some foretelling, some foreshadowing. We get back to Kaller, and he's still in the bacta tank, and you're like, man.
Now, this part I did think was a little corny. At the bottom, they're like, "Attention, rebels! The building is surrounded. Come out with your limbs raised." I'm like, okay. Seems a little corny. Like, we've got you surrounded. I'm like, yeah, because they knew where they were, and
we're gonna plan a big calculated assault. I'm not coming out of the banks, Kappas.
Wait, I can't hear you.
Oh.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
I'm not coming out of the banks, Kappas. I'm not coming out.
Yeah.
You're not going to catch me this time.
Yes, I'm like, oh, these have been great, but.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's good. Good call.
Seemed a little.
It's a little corny. They were trying to, the author was trying to, give you something to chew on.
In present time, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Dude, I made a note later, but I just want to start the scoreboard. Hold on. I need some sticky notes. Check this out. I'm going to do this and call it number 1, okay? We're just going to start right here. This would be my first comment where I say they sure have a lot blowing up around them constantly.
Yeah.
Dude.
I would agree.
Okay, let's just see how far we go. Okay. You know. I think it's neat because we do find out later who the ninja is, so to speak.
Yeah. I did think it was a little bit of a letdown who it was, but
I would totally agree with you. I would totally
yeah.
agree. And I had to look up this Captain Cleve, General Cleve, and like I was like, why is this guy relevant? And he's just kind of always around, and he was hanging out with Caleb Doom at one point.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like a fringe.
Well, he also was a general in the Separatist army.
Yes.
In those first comics, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, I want to see your take on it. I don't remember them revealing. But so on page 7.
Yeah.
I think it's back just a little bit.
Yeah.
At the bottom right.
Oh, sorry. Bottom right. Changing the course of the entire war with the eyes.
I think that's supposed to. I mean, I don't know, but did you kind of get maybe Cad Bane out of that? I know he looks a little different, but
Cad Bane's eyes are big, circle, and red, dude.
Yeah.
I would say
the one
Palpatine.
That stole those plans. Stole the plans for the temple. Let me see, because they said I paid a hefty sum to a bounty hunter named Bane for the specs to make it happen. That's why I was like, the bottom right, unless that's the quote unquote ninja. But other than that, I didn't see anything that said. Right at the top of 7, they say, "Hey, I got these from Bane."
I agree, and I will be honest. I made a note that said I'm a little confused in what was going on here versus what we knew about in Clone Wars when Cad Bane did attack the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
I kind of almost took it as the not simpatico, or we'll call it the unlikely assumption was for me, it was 2 separate attack on the Jedi Temple events. We assumed that Cad Bane was only involved in that with one attack or whatever. Maybe there was reference to another attack right before it. Maybe the other attack was after it. Some of the time, I don't try and make everything work. Jedi, right. I'll call it Star Wars timeline-wise, personally.
Yeah. I just think one of the big parts of when Cad, attacked was he was trying to get these specs, which he got, clearly, and then sold them to these guys. I think that was, a new bit of information, I feel like.
And you might be right in filling in the proper bits of the story that I'm just not remembering.
Yeah. But
I found it interesting.
That's the only thing I was like, is that Cad Bane? I know the eyes are off, but with the little bit of blue, I was like, maybe. But
it's not Cad Bane's eyes.
Yeah.
Seriously. Hold on. We have to open this up. I know our listeners can't see what a picture looks like, but we have to remember that Cad Bane's eyes, are
red.
Are big, giant, and red. You're right. He does have blue skin. He does have blue skin, but his eyes are red.
Yeah.
This one's eyes are like this, and they're half rounds. It's a different person. Maybe it was the person doing the talking. I technically kind of believe it's like a Palpatine reference, but this guy's got some blue skin that he's talking to right there. This guy talking about this.
Yeah.
What do his eyes look like? You can't really see what his eyes look like.
Yeah, I just don't know why they were concealing his face, but
I would agree. Hey man, I love unanswered questions. It's fun.
Yeah.
it's fun.
This was kind of cool. Just a few slides later to see like the palace guard, just kind of those because you see those yellow lightsabers in the I think it's Clone Wars that we see some of them.
Yep.
Yep. I just thought that was kind of cool. I always kind of enjoy that. So
it's good.
And this is some great artistry coming up here, just with these panels of Caleb Dune and Billaba.
Hold on. Am I already missing? Have I missed a bunch of other explosions?
No, we get to that. That's one of the right there is 10 is a big explosion.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm on 2 now. Yeah, I'm on 2. Oh wait, I gotta keep it going. That's still the same explosion. Yeah. We're just gonna keep it going. I love "Don't Call Me Kid." Did it ever get old for you personally?
It got very old.
It got very old for you?
By the end, I was like, "Okay, buddy." I'm like, "All right, I get it.
I get it. I totally get it.
I totally get it." So
I really wanted to know. He's like, "Jedi do not run." You know. Oh wait, there's 3. There it is. Kaboom!
Yeah,
Number 3. Yeah. Back away from the boy. I love the technicalness of like showing us the technology of these little mini bombs.
Yeah.
It's very Tom Clancy to me, where you like break it down to like the atomic level. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Pretty good.
Oh wait, there's another one. That's a separate explosion, right? Yeah, okay. That's 4. Yeah, all right. I like the vibro blades. I'll kind of assume that's what those called. You know, they're like a little longer version. This is our blue friend, by the way. We got to learn his name. Wait, he said his name. Did we miss that panel?
Yeah, like right, on that same right there, right?
Yeah, Rackham Seer of Quarzite. Who's that? Boo. Wait,
I'm the captain of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. I'm like, okay.
Right.
I do not seek the mercy of tyrants. You're like, all right.
I know I made a comment about liking the characters. This just happened to be one I didn't care for.
I don't mind the characters. Just like I'm just like, could it have not been a notable bounty hunter or somebody with real beef with the Jedi? I don't know.
Yeah, he was just it was like, I guess like, I Googled him to figure out who he was. This guy's nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
He's nobody.
Oh, okay. I know we like these, but right.
Oh wait.
So past here is another explosion.
Oh, wait. 5. Dang it. There we go. I know I'm gonna miss some, but that's okay. We're just gonna try and do our best.
So clearly, this like has been going on, right? So if you fast forward a little bit, right there. Yeah. Mace goes, "Is it over?" I'm like.
No, he's like, whoop, 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 whoop. Is it over?
I'm the big bad master.
I'm here. Where's the bad guy? Bring him on.
Took his sweet time getting up there too. But we do then find. I mean, in the midst of that, she does say like,
She chooses him. She
picks him as the
She did. Yeah. She did take me. And did you accept?
Of course.
Are you kidding? Of course.
And then this dialogue right here was interesting. That you're not safe with her. Face it, dude. You're not ready to be a Padawan. Fear, envy, not what I expected.
Yeah.
Like, my friends weren't
Yep.
happy for me, not even a little.
Yep.
So I thought that was interesting because they're all supposed to be
good.
like, oh, we're all buddy, and all these, we're supposed to be best buds and protect each other.
Yeah.
But they did not. So.
So this threw me off.
And then
where he goes, 3 weeks had passed since the attack. Master Balaba, my master, had taken me to get a kyber crystal for my new lightsaber. And then he goes, I got both. Though I'd rather not think about it. What did he get both of? And so, like, I started
maybe
rewinding.
my master, a new master, and a new lightsaber. I don't know.
Yeah, and did you accept? Like, sometimes there's a question. Did she ask you to be her Padawan, or didn't she? She did. Did you accept? Are you kidding? Of course. I don't know. You're not safe with her. Face it, Doom. You're not ready to be a Padawan. Fear, envy. Not what I expected. My friends weren't even happy for me. Not even a little. And then, Balaba's like, yet even that young Padawan can be instructive, providing further proof that none of us are perfect. 3 weeks had passed since the attack, and Master Balaba, my master, had taken me to get a kyber crystal for my new lightsaber. I got both, though I'd rather not think about it. Okay, so it has to be somewhere over here. A master for his first mission, and my first mission, period. Okay, that was so unimportant.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get lost.
You do get to see Gray and Styles for the first time. That they were part of our original crew, and they're like, "Hey, we're here for our first mission,"
which we've already seen. So it's kind of like playing itself, catching up to each moment. Just like Memento, the movie. You should check that out.
Which I should check out, yeah. We've got the place surrounded.
Watch out, Kappas! I'm not coming out. Stick 'em up.
Right here. Hey, come out and define a warning. So stupid. Oh, but
you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate corny sometimes because the original comics were all really corny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it. But we do find out it's Mr. Tupusk, but
Tupusk.
Yeah.
Tapusk. Tupusk.
Tapusk.
Okay. Here's what I found.
But leave the safety of the Empire to the professionals. Okay.
We can't leave. We can't move him. We're completely surrounded. We're completely surrounded. I love the transitions, though. This happens a lot where he hears one thing outside of the tank and then hears it in his memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know, I didn't have a ton from this. Just that he's growing close with the clones and they're doing their mission.
Have some Melurons. Oh, wait, I need a counter. How many times Melurons come up in this comic series? I think it's 4 by now.
Yeah.
Melurons. Yeah, I actually wrote down an amazing note for this one. I wrote down on page 10, probably one of my favorite moments of humor in this comic was when he's sitting there and he's it's I need cowboy music, dun 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 dun. He's like, my master's keeping me on a short leash, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And then the clone looks over. She keeping you on a short leash? What? No!
Yeah.
Hey, it's
okay,
okay.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth has me on a short leash so short, I can't count his nostril hairs. You green kids have no business being out here.
Get some good laughs out of that.
I appreciate the corn, especially when it's
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
It lightens the mood because
Sure.
they're like about to get slaughtered to some degree. If I'm not mistaken, I have my next number written down. It's ready to make an appearance. Hold on, wait. There it is. Kaboom.
Yeah. I did like the next page. The droids are attacking them. And they're like, I should be scared, but instead I'm exhilarated, and it's him like, ready to. They're right there. Yeah, ready to attack.
I think it's like classic comic, the way it moves. It's so good.
Yeah.
The action scenes are really well done.
Yeah, I think they were definitely.
Yeah.
And then I did think, right? Oh wait, no, before. No.
Not the spying on him.
Oh, after that, yeah.
After the spying on him.
Right.
I'm better than fine. And
Right there.
stop calling me.
I'm like, he got shot probably. That's at least 3 times all the way through. You see that? See how it's all the way through? I'm like,
It's pretty thoroughly shot, which lands him once again in the Bacta tank, where Caleb or Kanan Jarrus is almost always in the Bacta tank at one time or
Yeah.
another.
yeah, because he's reckless.
Yeah. Or
yeah, I'm just like,
or Balaba's
guy
in
not
the
dead.
or Balaba's in the Bacta tank. She's in the Bacta tank when he's not.
I think I need it back to.
Dude, I don't know about you, but I want a hot tub so bad. It's like the old closest thing I can get to a Bacta tank is to get a hot tub.
Well, you've got 1 month, a month and a half before I make an appearance into the great Kansas City.
That's
So,
right. Are you implying I have a month to somehow obtain a hot tub?
I'm just saying.
They are inflatable.
Yeah. So sorry. Back to this.
Oh wait, more kabooms.
Yeah, he's back in the. Yep, more kabooms. He's back in
7.
in the tank. And then we get to see a little Grievous, or a Grievous teaser. Right at the very end. Oh yeah, all that. They save him, Yeah.
Right here.
Right.
Yep.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
I'll have to deal with her myself. I really liked that this cover. I think that was just.
The next cover.
Yeah, you were on it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, that one. That one's awesome.
It's good. That's a nice. Yeah, I mean the throwdowns there, especially like the fact that Grievous kind of comes in true form, like they have that battle. It's neat. Like I was really fulfilled by some of that. It was good.
Yeah. And then back to present day, but this time.
They're right on top of each other, and someone's in the back to tank.
I was gonna say, don't worry, the back to tank doesn't get hit. Don't worry.
Never. Oh wait.
Oh, here's another page. Yeah, right there. There's another.
Melurons. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's got to go in the checklist.
Yeah, it's number 5, I think, in the whole comic series there.
And another kaboom. There's a bridge going out.
Oh
down
yeah,
there.
you know what? I'm gonna let that
Boom.
one slide for just a sec. I'm gonna let that one slide. Yeah. The kids.
Yeah, I like that little slide right there. Right, the next one.
Kids.
That one, yeah, right there.
Hey, come on, kid. Don't get mad and gray. Backed is expensive, you know. Hate it when they call me a kid. But I can't be too mad, since I am exactly where I want to be.
It will do.
He throws down, like he bounces back.
Yeah, he can fight.
He bounced back really well. And I thought it was interesting because she challenges him and says, that must not prevent the true Jedi from taking risks, from surrendering oneself to a higher purpose. Like, she's almost daring him to, like, be more reckless to me.
Yeah.
For one brief instant, the Force reveals a flash, an image, a moment. What did you think was the moment here?
I don't know. Just that it's like you gotta fight. Like that you're gonna have loss and pain. But he says, but that must not prevent the true Jedi from taking risks, from surrendering oneself to a higher purpose. I think that's the Jedi way, is to surrender yourself to a higher purpose, not to be selfish in the moment. And he's like, I don't get it, you know.
I took this as, hold on. So here's, I want you to be Depa for a minute. And I want to be Caleb Doom. So go ahead and tell me this dialogue, and then I'll tell you, and then the narrator, I will do the narrator with my hand. Okay? All right.
Okay.
So you're going to read her parts here. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, from that. Remember, Padawan, not all sacrifice is easy to dismiss. I understand.
I understand.
Do you? There will be loss, inevitable loss, painful loss, but that must not prevent the true Jedi from taking a risk, from surrendering oneself to a higher purpose.
For one brief instant, the Force reveals a flash, an image, a moment. And it looks to me like in this moment is a flash in his head, because the next one is, and then the moment is gone. And I don't understand what I've seen. I don't understand.
And yet, I'm confident, child, that someday you will.
He just saw a flash of something.
I wonder what that was.
I would agree. Like, I think it was Order 66.
You think so?
That's what I wrote down. That's what I took as the flashback. Because sometimes I'm trying to, like, read it, and when the flow breaks for me, I'm like, what's going on here? And then, like, I pay attention, and I read it, and I'm like, oh, he had a flash of Order 66 right there. That's why you see a clone shooting, and you see Depa, like, dying in a lightsaber, is my thought.
I bet you, because maybe that image was from when she was like, run, I'll be right behind you. That could be that exact image.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to try to.
Because it's like Memento. It's always going in reverse. So it's always unwinding itself with the storyline. Anyway.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, wait. Number 8.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, that was a good pull. That was a good pull by you.
Yeah, every now and then, I know like 5 minutes ago, I went down to a rabbit hole that didn't go anywhere. Sometimes they don't go anywhere because I'm not paying enough attention. Other times, I catch things.
Yeah, no, that was good. Then, the bridge gets blown up, and they're like, oh, we don't know what's we can't. We're gonna hold them off. We got to get into corners.
Yeah.
And they're doing their best. It's
Yeah.
some good action.
Yeah. It's cool.
And then there's no way 2 minutes. There's no way that
Yeah.
we can hold them off.
Yeah. Skull Squadron.
Skull Squadron.
Yeah, I love it. I think we can
Yeah.
buy those 2 minutes. Fen Rao here. General, Skull Squadron's happy to demonstrate that not all Mandalorians have forgotten their honor and obligations, which is great because, 15 years later, when Kanan Jarrus shows up, the two of them become buds anyways.
Yeah, and that I just really enjoyed seeing the Mandalorian kind of pop into this and
Yep.
help them out because
Yep.
obviously in his crew he has what's her name in the Rebels crew, the Mandalorian
Sabine?
Sabine. They have Sabine, she's just in their crew and he's cool with it.
Yeah.
It's cool having a Mandalorian because I
Yeah.
feel like he remembers being saved or whatever, you know.
And it's neat because they mentioned that never did get to meet Fen Rao in person, never got to thank him. I love that. That was a sweet, awesome little blurb.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh wait.
Oh, another kaboom.
Kaboom! Number 9.
And then our boy gets
Stance!
killed.
Gunned down. He's dead.
Your next Jedi.
Your next Jedi. The artwork's really nice, but once again, I'm let down by who this guy is.
Yeah, correct.
Cage Warrior.
I am another guy from the independent system. You're like, oh.
But then it gets real because Grievous shows up.
Okay. Now, or just fast forward to the cover.
Yeah.
Right there. What does that picture kind of remind you of?
Dude, 100% Anakin.
1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know why, right? We get to page 9 and we'll find out. We'll find out.
Page 9.
Page 9.
I'm just gonna jump right to it.
I really thought that was interesting. But then, they're captured now. What does he say? Let's hear.
There's power.
Let's hear this.
There's power and anger in this darkness, and that power, that anger, and that darkness is seductive, immersive, and all-encompassing, like a pool of black water rising over my head. It would be so easy to sink into that pool and never emerge again.
Well, a little bit. Yeah, so that was great. That was really good. That was from 9, right?
Yep.
Back up just a few slides.
Yeah.
Back up to maybe 3. Because, so you see, you killed Stance and he's crying. And he starts to announce himself. My name is Caleb Dune, Padawan to Jedi Master Depa Billaba. And the first time in my life, and he says, I want to kill.
That's actually where I thought I was
Monster.
fast-forwarding to.
Yeah.
I thought I was fast-forwarding to that. Sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that and then the quote, because
Right.
he's in rage now, like an Anakin rage.
Yep.
Like an Anakin Tusken Raider rage when they find, his mom dies.
All for his buddy Stance.
Yeah. And this was
Yikes.
kind of just a cool fighting scene with Grievous.
Yeah. I agree.
Just some cool action, but
It was.
um,
It was, once again, it was well done artwork. It was good.
yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and then
when their lightsabers are over their head and they're fighting
Yeah.
off. We all know what that scene is. And the way they flow the lightsaber battle, it's as good as watching the show. This is some impressive stuff. I love it.
Yeah. So then we do get to 9, and yeah, you already read the quote, which was great. And then he said, but at the very end, he said, it would be easy to sink into that pool and never emerge again, which is right
Sorry.
I think that leads to the cover, where it's like I could easily turn into Anakin.
Yep.
And just sink into that pool, or like a pool of black water rising over my head. It would be so easy to sink into that pool and never emerge again.
Yeah.
Which is like a Darth Vader. But Padawan can see that it's not the way to honorably grieve my friend.
Yep.
Not the path of the true Jedi. Not even the means to anything to save a Ferric victory?
I don't know that word.
I don't know that either, but I just think that kind of shows like that he's kind of saying even a Padawan can see that that's not the way. That Anakin was so twisted by Palpatine into thinking, yeah, I can save your wife.
Dude, in my opinion though, I will state that some people naturally have that ability to. Some people have what Caleb Doom has here to naturally teach themselves through what they've been taught. And then there's people like Anakin who you have to give him credit. He always knew what he should and shouldn't do. He really, really did. But he wouldn't tell himself, and like he rarely used that in the moment of doing action. And what you see Caleb Doom doing here, I thought was really neat, where he's like gonna run up on this guy with a flamethrower and he's gonna narrate his way into the story. And the way he slides under him right here with the artwork, like I can visualize how they did this, and it's nice. And then boom, you get the corn right in the middle with Coburn Seer of Quarzite. I'm the Colonel of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. And I do not seek the mercy of tyrants. Rather, I seek click to take those tyrants with me. I both love it for how deep it is, and I love it for how corny it is. It's good. Because at the same time, Caleb then finishes his awesome narration and says, "It's over. The man who killed Stance is dead at my hands. But there is no glory in this triumph. In this, no triumph. This is the first time I've ever taken a life, and I'd be happy if it were the last." Like, it's so good how it goes back and forth between corn and good.
Yeah, and I think, and I really liked it. Like, "Kid, is that you?" And he's like, "It's me, but don't call me kid. Not anymore. Not after today."
Yeah, dude.
I thought that was like a big growing up, and I really liked. I mean, I know it always falls back to Anakin, but he said, like, I don't think Anakin got joy out of killing either. I think he gets joy, he's just fueled by rage and hate.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't think there's no triumph in killing. It became...
How many... Let me ask an honest question. During Clone Wars, think back. During Clone Wars, who did Anakin ever kill? People. Because all of the people were on his side.
Yeah.
Who were his bad guys? His day-to-day bad guy was a droid.
Yeah.
Who did he kill? He didn't kill Ventress. He eventually killed
Dooku.
He eventually killed Dooku. But like, that wasn't Clone Wars. That was like the movie.
Yeah.
What body did he really kill in Clone Wars? He always gave... I feel like Anakin gave bodies with names the benefit of the doubt beyond like Cad Bane, which he and Cad Bane rarely somehow also never fought.
Right.
Didn't we Google that once? No, that was Grievous. Grievous and Anakin never had a battle.
Yeah.
Not even Grievous.
They wouldn't send him. That's why Anakin was so eager in episode 3 They're like, no, we gotta send Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
and then Grievous. It's not really an epic fight here. They just kind of shoot down.
Ferric. For victory, one at too great of a cost to be worthwhile for the victor. So, like, a war not worth that would cost too much to battle.
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't have anything on this.
Oh, Balabba's in the back to
tank
tank.
coming up here.
Sorry, Balabba's in the back to tank.
Per usual.
Oh wait. Kanan Jarrus is in the back to tank too.
Yep.
Oh, and there it is. Whoosh.
Yeah, that's a cool scene right there.
It is.
And then he just slashes some stormtrooper butt.
Whoosh. That's a vicious kill on a stormtrooper, dude.
I agree.
Wait, does that count as an explosion? No, that's not an explosion.
No.
All right, we're heading into the final stretch.
Yep.
Issue 12.
So now, back into present day.
I love how the artist makes him look like Elvis Presley here.
I know. I know. What I've come to learn is like they must outsource a bunch of artists. It can't just be one that does the whole thing. I mean, if it was great, but like because they look so different in some of them, it's got to be different artists for even the same story.
I don't know. I will tell you, there is one artist's name on top of every comic. There is the author who writes the story, and there is the artist that does the drawings.
Yeah.
Generally, that's how those work.
Yeah. And then this was just back to the story.
See that? Can we see the two names? Barlow and Frigeri. Those are the two names. That's generally like the artist and the author, generally, of every comic. So, I don't know. Maybe they outsource the rest of the artistry, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Never mind. Is it
on page 12. I don't know if you had anything before that.
No, we can go there.
They're like Captain Sloan. Sloan, yes. I think that's Sloan.
Vice Admiral Throne. Vice Admiral Sloan now.
Now, and you are Kanan Jarrus, or I prefer to call you my hobby. Did you remember who that was? I was drawing a blank.
Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm wrong because her name was not Sloan, but I think she was the inspiration for what later became the. I think she became the inspiration for the Inquisitor that was in Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
I think is where she became the inspiration for, because it talked about her hobby.
Yeah.
And so I felt like maybe they spun that into who it was. That's what I got out of it, because you're right. Yeah. Who really was it? I don't think it was anybody.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, exclamation point, question mark. And I was like, we supposed to know this name? I don't really, know.
Vice Admiral Ray Sloan. I am the Grand Inquisitor, Emperor's Grand Inquisitor. And I want to tell you everything you know about your hobby. And I want you to tell me everything you know about your hobby. Which is interesting because the Inquisitors were going on. So, like, as we all know, Obi-Wan is about to happen, like, in and around this time frame, too. Because, you know, Luke's, like, 10-ish years old. So,
yeah.
I felt like she was the inspiration for what they did with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because this was in 2015. So, this has been out there for, like, you know, when they started Obi-Wan, it was probably like 2020, 2021. So, go ahead.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
No, I think that's really good. And I think that I like when the puzzle pieces fit together, right?
I love trying to fit together the puzzle pieces of the Star Wars time.
Yeah, I agree.
I spend time thinking about it because it's interesting to me how those pieces can intertwine, and like I feel like it tells more of the compelling part of the story.
Yeah, I think so. So then there was a little stretch there where Ezra got lost, you know, whatever, but they get back to the ship here on the second to last page. It said, "So why are we so late?" You know,
Yeah.
then
Some
they're talking
random
to
kid
Janice
cornered in an
Casimir.
alley.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, by a couple of bucketheads, so I helped him out. A random kid, who was it? He didn't stop to tell me, he just said thanks and took off. Perhaps that might explain to me why Janice Casimir, notorious rogue, got involved. I don't know, Cleve, but I think maybe the kid reminded me of someone. So I felt like Janice Casimir was always going to show up, and he never really did until the very end.
I know. No one's special. Just someone we used to know. Somebody used. No. Oh man.
That's good, dude. That's good. It's over, and I'll say it ended a little anticlimactic for me.
Jump into a little more Rebel stuff, but it's okay that they didn't. You know?
Why don't you re-say that? It kind of cut you off with the headset. Sometimes there's like a half-second delay. We'll work on that later, but
I just said that I thought they were going to do more Rebel stuff, but it's okay that they didn't, you know.
Once it got going, I liked the volume of it they did. I thought it was neat. They stretched out, you know, the whole, you know, we've got the place surrounded. You know, they stretched that out a little too far, but like overall, I really liked it. I mean, I think in big picture, there was a lot of it I liked a lot. And you know what?
Yeah.
I think that's the important stuff is, you know, is it fun? You know, is it a good read? Because, like, what's the point of it otherwise? Because then, like, I don't even want to read the comics if it's not fun and good. So,
Right.
We got to do Dark Side next. So what are we doing, man?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it'll be a reveal.
Oh.
It'll be a reveal. Yeah,
reveal.
you don't need to know on this podcast.
Ah, all right.
You'll just have to watch out.
Ah, I like it. That should be interesting. That's good.
Yeah.
I like keeping things fresh that way.
Yeah, just keep your eyes and ears out, fellas.
That's good. All
and
right.
ladies, whoever listens.
Yeah, anybody. It's all good. Cool, man. Well, you know, I think I wish you fond farewell, and may the force be with you. You know, can I refer to you as like the young Padawan to my master Jedi, so to speak?
I think I'm a master too.
You're the master too? I don't know.
I'm the Grand Inquisitor.
The general? Are you the general?
No, I'm the colonel
the
of the independent system.
The colonel of the independent systems. And the tyrant,
You tyrants will all die.
Dude, at least it was consistently schmaltzy.
Like I couldn't even get like a legendary character in there. No, just so and so from the independent systems. Oh, okay, right.
I feel like it was even better in just looking back at it all. That's how moved I was by it all.
I agree.
All right, man.
Right. We will talk soon.
May the force be
on the
with
lookout
you.
for part 8.
You got it.
Sorry.
See ya.
Episode 8. See ya.
Trying to stop it. How do you stop this thing? Oh, wait. I don't think that was it. Was that it? Yeah, that was it. The stop button was not working. It's still not working. Oh, wait. Here's the stop button. I found it. I'll just cut that out. It's all good. I found the stop button. See you later.